Right now, as you watch this, your life could begin changing in just 60 seconds. Not someday, not when you feel better, now. Because when everything feels impossible, there are 3 tiny choices that rewire your brain, your pain, and your future. And you can do every one from right where you are. I know what it's like when life collapses around you. When opening your eyes each morning feels like the heaviest thing in the world. I was bedridden for years with chronic illness and pain so severe I couldn't imagine finding my way back. But I did find a path forward, not by waiting for healing, but by learning how to breathe inside the reality I had. Today, I'm sharing what actually works, not fluffy motivation, but micro actions, backed by both science and ancient wisdom that helped me rebuild my life 1 minute at a time. When you're suffering, the world offers plenty of advice. Just think positive. Push through the pain. You need to meditate for 30 minutes daily. When you brushing your teeth feels impossible, these well-meaning suggestions become another mountain you can't climb. I remember lying in bed, unable to move without pain, scrolling through Instagram and seeing people doing hour-long yoga routines and elaborate morning rituals. I closed my phone feeling worse than before. What I needed was a grand transformation. I needed something I could actually do from where I was. That's when I discovered the power of micro actions. Tiny choices that require almost no energy, but create ripples of changes in your neurochemistry. I began studying both Eastern and Western traditions from Japanese concepts like Gaman, the art of dignified endurance, to Stoic philosophy's focus on finding meaning within your circumstances. What I found was revolutionary. Not because it was complicated, but because it was so simple I could actually do it, even in my worst days. Here's the practice. Set a timer for 60 seconds and do those 3 things. First, 1 inspiring quote. It doesn't have to be profound, just something that creates a small shift inside you. Like this one from Marcus Aurelius. You have the power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Next, write down 1 thing you bring to the world, not what you accomplish, who you are. Finally, write 1 beautiful thing that happened today. It can be tiny, the way the light came through your window, a text from a friend, or simply that you're still breathing. That's it. 60 seconds. When I first tried this, I was skeptical. How could something so small make any difference? But I committed to trying it daily, and what happened next changed everything. This isn't spiritual bypassing or toxic positivity. There is solid neuroscience behind why these micro actions work. 30 seconds of focused reading actually lowers cortisol, your stress hormone, and activates parts of your brain associated with possibility rather than threat. 20 seconds of writing your truth, even just a few words, helps rebuild neural pathways that chronic pain and trauma have disrupted. The Japanese principle of Gaman teaches us that there is dignity in endurance, not just pushing through, but finding grace within difficulty. It's about saying, this is unbearable, and yet I bear it. Meanwhile, Stoics philosophy reminds us that we can't control our circumstances, but we can control how we respond to them. When you're suffering, your brain becomes locked in survival patterns. These micro actions create tiny interruptions in those patterns. Just enough space for something new to emerge. I'm not promising this will cure you or erase your pain. but they can help you find small moments of agency and presence, even when everything hurts. For 3 years, my world was my bedroom ceiling. Pain was my constant companion. The lack of treatments, the mental and emotional toll seemed impossible to overcome. On my worst day, a day when I couldn't even sit up, I started this practice, not because I believed it would work, but because I had nothing else to try. I found a quote by Epictetus: "Make the best use of what's in your power and take the rest as it happens." 60 seconds, that's all. I did it again the next day, and then the next. Some days I couldn't manage all 3 parts. Some days I could only whisper the words rather than write them. But slowly, something shifted. Not my circumstances, not my relationship to them. The Japanese concept of obaitori teaches that everyone has their own path. I have learned to accept my chronic illness without resignation. As my life was so different than other people, I was learning to trace my own path and live in my own terms. As you continue this practice, you can expand it in small ways. Keep a tiny notebook by your bed for your quotes and observation. Set a specific time each day, maybe right after waking or before sleeping. Share one of your beautiful moments with someone else. Notice patterns in what resonates with you. The power isn't in doing it perfectly. It's in the consistency of turning towards life, especially when it's hard. When you're ready, you might extend 2 minutes, then 5, but there is no rush. The 60-second practice is completely in itself. This isn't about fixing you. You're still here. It's about learning to breathe inside the life you actually have. It's a first step towards finding you, even before thinking about discovering your purpose or finding your peace. Right now, pause this video and try it. Just 60 seconds. Find one quote that speaks to you. Write one thing you bring to the world. Note one beautiful thing from today. Then come back and share it in the comments what you discovered. This practice won't erase your struggles, but it might help you find small spaces between the pain. Moments where you remember that you're still here, still breathing, still capable of noticing beauty. And sometimes that's exactly the kind of miracle we need. If this resonates with you, subscribe for more practical wisdom for difficult times, and remember, 60 seconds can change everything. Not someday, today.